Hey there everyone, hope you're having a great day today. Cody here. I want to thank you so much for stopping by Play Unleashed today. So I'm up in the farmyard and I'm working on another little project here. So the indoor free little library has done really well. It's been getting a lot of traction and people seem to enjoy it. So my goal is to try to put one in every park. Now that's a little ambitious for this summer, but we'll see how far I can get. Anyway, today I'm going to be working on another one here from mostly scrap wood that I have just lying around the farm. So I'm going to try to get some this wood prepped and stripped out of the nails that are in it and see if I can't get another one of those free little libraries built. Maybe not in one day, but we'll get a good start on it. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the build. So most of the wood for this build here is going to be reclaimed. I took down a little shed that I put up back when I was a teenager on the farm, and I just set all this lumber aside. It's still pretty good, but it's got some nails in it and it's got some screws and stuff like that. So I got to get this all cleaned up and ready to get sized down to build the frame for the free little library here. Okay, just got some of those 2x4s ripped down in half and a few of the I guess with the framing material set out there. It's not nailed in or anything, just trying to get a look at it. But I'm going to have it 2 feet by 2 feet width, and then the depth of this thing is going to be about 16 inches deep. So this is, oh, there you go. See, not nailed in. But this will be giving you kind of a rough idea as to the shape of the overall thing. Just got all the shiplap pieces cut to size, and I'm going to put them down here on our the outside there, so you can see I added the extra support there just to kind of make it more sturdy. These boards are a lot thinner than I thought they were going to be, so it's nice to have that little bit of extra backing halfway up just to give it some more support. It's going to help keep this this box here really light, but also reasonably strong. I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably punch a hole through the side, but if you're doing that, you got other problems, I suppose. So I'm going to get some PL Premium down on the outside of this and just hold it into place with some finishing nails, and that should lock in the siding quite well. And yeah, let's see how that goes. That nail sure looks crooked, but on without the camera it looks pretty darn straight. Isn't that funny? But these little finishing nails are just going to help to mechanically hold the boards in place while the glue does its thing. Oh, dang it. The hazards of filming with one hand. There we go. See if I can't just get that there. Okay. Yeah, that nail, to me, without the camera, looks perfectly straight, but on the camera, it looks like she's pretty wonky. Maybe I'm just at a bit of an angle there. Does that look better? Huh. Anyway, the nails are really going to help hold this all tight together and stop it from shifting around. Sorry, it's probably annoying with that hammer clank as I'm trying to talk. But yeah, the nails are going to help keep it from shifting around, and the glue is going to help lock everything in together, making sure that it has one nice fit, tight fit. So I'm going to get this all wrapped up here. Okay, there we go. We got the 3 back walls on our little library. Still need to work on a roof, the floor, but here's the inside. All braced and nailed and glued, looking good. There we go. And here's a look at that shiplap, or that tongue and groove pine. Yeah, it's pretty light, but I think it'll hold up pretty well. There we go, looking pretty good. I just cut, well, I got the bracket in, or the brace, I guess. And I just cut a couple pieces just to see how it looks, and I think I like it. I think that'll look really good. I'll have to cut a little piece to fit in this little pocket here, and then on this end here, but yeah, I like the way that looks. I think it kind of finishes off quite nicely. So I'm gonna get the rest of these cut and put in place. All right, we got the bottom floor put in there, and then we got the top shelf put in as well. Came about halfway through the box there with this little ledge here, so that'll be good. That way you can kind of, if you're standing here, you can look all the way down at the books at the back there, and yeah, see the ones at the top there, so it'll kind of be a nice tiered look, I suppose. So yeah, there we go. Okay, starting to get the peak all worked out there. Like I say, I don't know if this is how you're supposed to put on a roof or not, but I think it looks pretty good. I'll come down with some slats on both sides here, and that'll give me my angle. I'll just get it all cut, and let's see if I can't get it done. Well, I'm not sure how I did it, and I probably couldn't do it again if I tried, but I got my angles cut in there, both of these pieces. I think they look pretty good. And not what I was going for. I wanted the split to kind of come right down the middle there. When I took my measurement, I drew my line into the wood, gave the cut, and it didn't work. Kind of ended up with something like this. Well, something different. Anywho, I just played around with the angles a little bit, and they eventually flipped into nice looking peaks. Okay, the roof is roughed in. I got a few straps on there. Not too structural, but again, it doesn't have to be overly strong. Just hold it together there. So trim off these tails. I did pick up some sheeting. I'm going to cover the roof in that, just to give it some extra stability to hold the shingles. There we go. Got the sheeting on the top of the house and figured it just could use a bit more support here. So I added these cross bracers in the trusses. And there we go. Looks like it's sitting pretty good there. It's coming along nice. I cut a little notch in the front just to make it more accessible with the door that'll eventually go on here. But I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the roof and I'm going to go over to the actual structure. I just added a little bit of trim or molding or whatever you want to call that around here just to give it a little bit of some personality. And what I'm going to do now actually is go over with some paint. So I picked this up. I don't know how it's going to go. I've never really done anything like this with spray paint, so we'll see how it goes. But I think that's a nice color and I'm going to go all over it with the paint. It's primer and paint all in one. So there we go. Hopefully this will work and we'll get a good color out of it. There we go. First coat of paint on there is pretty nice actually. I don't normally do spray paint on these types of projects, but I figure there's lots of nooks and crannies and I like the color that the can came in. It's a paint and prime roll in one. So hopefully this works out here, but I'll try to give you a little look. I'm sure the lighting's not that great, but yeah, first coat of color on there. Now I got to get back to the roof. So wish me luck on how to figure out this darn thing. I wait for the main box to dry. I'm going to work on the front end of the roof of the box here. And I think this trim here will look nice. And then I might end up doing the shiplap sideways there. I don't have a, oh, here we go. So shiplap will kind of go that way. I've got some cedar shakes for that. So I'm going to try to get these installed. And I think it'll look quite nice once it's all done. Get it all lined up there and get it stained up. Okay, one side is up. I think it's looking pretty good. Just got the other side, well, I got some trimming to do. And I'll get the other side done. There we go. One side has been shingled. I'll come around the other side here. So this will be the back. Probably just pretty plain on that side. The color there's pretty nice. Still needs some work though. This side I got about halfway done, but I ran out of glue. So I'm going to call it for tonight, but I'll be back at it tomorrow. And I'll just finish the front off. And here's a look on the inside. Still need to touch up on some of the spots where the spray paint didn't quite get full sealage. I think it looks pretty good. Still a little ways to go yet, but all in all, I think it'll come along real nice. I like that little trim work, you know, it's a simple addition, but I think it looks really nice. All right, made a few changes to the overall layout of it, and I think it's gonna work a lot smoother. It took away a lot of the bulk from the roof. I found it was just getting a little too boxy for what I wanted it to look like, so I ended up cutting a lot of it down and redoing to that. But right now I'm taking a little bit of a break from math because my head is hurting, and I'm gonna start painting some stuff. So I got the second coat of green on our library there. I just did, I don't know if you can see that or not, I picked up this little wooden cutout there. I thought that would be a neat little what do you call it, embellishment on the upper part here, just to kind of make it pop out a little bit. And the trim, I wanted to paint this off-white color here. I think, I don't know what it's called there, ashen tan. So it's white, but it's not white. Anyway, I'm going to start painting up some of the trim there just to give that a chance to dry. And then, yeah, I'll start maybe once my brain reconfigurates after all this math and turns back from a goo to solid matter, I'm going to get back to the math work. But anyway, I'm going to start painting. Getting a little bit of progress. Got the first half of the roof tacked on there. And the front here is looking quite nice. There we go. Had a little bit of blowout from the Sawzall trying to even things up a little bit, but that's okay. I think all in all, it's coming along quite nice. Well, everything's dry and I'm just going to work on putting the doors together. So what I'm going to do is just take some scrap 2x4 that I've ripped in half. Now I've made a channel by going 2 passes over with the table saw here, which has created, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 inch gap. And what I'm going to do is take my acrylic. I've cut the larger piece over there already, but I'm going to sandwich it into this little gap here. There we go. And that'll lock right in place. See how good that is? All right, so I finished off the ridge cap. I guess you can call it there. I don't know what it's called, but the part that kind of seals up the gap in the roof with some cedar singles. I put some glue in there, PL Premium, just to hold them together. And then I use these tie-down straps just to kind of keep everything nice and tight. So I'm going to take these straps off and then sand away some of this glue and then maybe give it a nice brown paint. I don't know. It looks not too bad with it on there. There's a couple pieces of trim on there. Not too bad. Not perfect, but not too bad. I got the little arch piece here cut. Let's see if I can get this placed. Let's see there, if it'll fit. Get my arm out of the focus. Okay. Huh. There we go. We just got a little bit of PL on the back there, so hold on for now, but got to get that tacked in and she'll dry. There. Hey, not so bad, eh? That looks pretty cute. Okay, just cut some of this upper trim. Just kind of eyeballed it here, so let's hope this fits. That should rest there. And this guy, fingers crossed, will slide up into there. Okay, get her nice and tight. Okay, pretty good. I'll have to get 2 hands here to make the adjustments. Oh, that's looking better. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Not too shabby. Front is all trimmed out. Just need to get that door in there. That shouldn't be too big of a deal, but I think this border edge looks quite nice. Cut at the top's not perfect, but for an eyeball measure, not terrible. I think that looks really pretty there with a double layer. So much better than that big boxy thing I had originated with. Oh, she is done. I think it looks pretty fantastic. For not having a plan when I started this thing, I think it turned out not too shabby. All in all, it was a really fun project. I enjoy doing these sorts of things. The math was complicated and I didn't really do the best. I just kind of eyeballed a lot of this stuff and I can kind of tell the peak there. But yeah, I think all in all it turned out pretty good here. I'm happy with how it turned out, and yeah, I think that's a good day's work, a couple of days now actually. But for having no clue on how to do most of this stuff, I think it turned out not too shabby. The next one, if I do another one, I think I could do a little bit of a better job. But I like the little details there, you know, like this gold thing here looks quite nice. I love these little birds. And then on the back side here, around the nice shingle work, oh, I got a matching friend here at the back. And yeah, I think all in all it turned out not too shabby there. So I'm going to wrap it there for the day there, but I want to thank everyone who's followed along this far, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you had a great day there, guys. Take care. We'll catch you later. Bye now.
She moves like a map with no borders, a whisper caught in the wind. I see her boots at the corner cafe with a notebook and a grin. She's chasing skies I've never named while I stay in my lane. But something in the way she moves keeps pulling at my chain. Oh, traveler, you carry the sun in your stride, leaving behind what I hold inside. If I don't ask your name,